Guys, it's Sarah. So I am going to do a tag video today. I was tagged by Jenny, and I will leave a link down to her original video if you want to check it out. Jenny is such a sweet person, and we talk back and forth through Facebook a lot, and she decided to do a different take on a tag video that we have seen going around BookTube. And she made it to be crafty. So she said, I'm going to tag you in this. So I hope you make one. And I was like, yes, I'm going to do it. So this is going to be called the 25 Crafty Facts About Me. And I'm filming in my living room today. My husband's asleep right now, so I'm trying to be as far away from him as possible while I talk so I don't wake him up. But I have 25 facts revolving around crafty things, mostly scrapbooking. I talk about a couple other things too though, and just kind of my habits and tendencies, things I stay away from, things I love, things I go towards, all that kind of stuff. So in the I'm going to be kind of reading from here because I'm doing this video now, and I actually have to just kind of upload it without doing any editing because we're leaving to go out of town this weekend, so I'm trying to get everything done before we have to go, and I don't really have time to sit down and edit. So pardon me if I kind of look down between questions. I'm just going to read what it was I wanted to say next. Okay, so 25 things. Number 1, I cannot sew to save my life. I can sew on a scrapbook page. Like, I have a sewing machine. I can run a scrapbook paper through it all day long, no problem. But when it comes to like quilts or fabric and stuff like that, I've tried. I have actually made a couple of quilts, but they didn't turn out that great. One is actually on my daughter's bed, and it's like the fabric is coming out of the seams, and just, I don't know. I'm dumb when it comes to like all the measuring and making sure everything's perfect. I think I measure correctly, and then it's always off. Like, I don't know. I can't do it. Paper all day long, but fabric, no way. Number 2, I have to have a show on Netflix while I watch, to watch while I'm scrapbooking. And I don't know why, but I feel like if I don't have something else going on as well, not that I'm wasting time, but I don't know, I just feel like it's a better use of my time if I have 2 things going on that I know I can do. I know that I can watch a show and scrapbook at the same time. And there are a lot of times where I'll stop and kind of watch the show instead of scrapbook. I try to edit most of that out, but sometimes it sneaks in there. But I don't know, maybe it's something about background noise as well, but I always have a show going on. Usually something on Netflix. Lately I've been watching my DVR through an app on my iPad as well, but mostly Netflix. So I always have to have something going on, and I usually do. Number 3, I always have to have a drink. It's usually coffee or water. That's pretty much all I drink anymore. I used to drink soda, but I have actually given that up. I went cold turkey in November, and I have not had a single soda since then, unless you count Not Your Father's root beer, but that's alcohol, so I don't know if that counts or not, and I don't drink that very often. But I've completely given up soda, so it's usually coffee or water because that's pretty much all I drink. Sometimes if I scrap at night, I'll have hot tea as well. I drink herbal tea, but yeah, I always have to have something, and usually see me, grabbing my coffee cup in my videos. Number 4, I subscribe to 2 scrapbooking kits, monthly kits. I subscribe to the Hit Kit Club and Freckled Fawn monthly embellishment kits, and I absolutely love them. I'm behind on my hip kits right now because I did go for almost 3 or 4 weeks without scrapbooking at all, so I'm still working on January's kit right now, but it's okay. I know I'll get there. I just got March's kit, which is really, really cute, and we just got the reveal for April's kit, and I was like, no, I'm not ready. So that's going to be definitely a big concentration for me coming up here. I am going out of town this weekend, but when I get back next week, I'm going to be hunkering down. We're going to be on spring break, so I'm going to have time to just sit down and, bust out some really good layouts. So I'm excited to get back to those. Number 5, if I could subscribe to more monthly kits, the one that I would also subscribe to is Felicity Jane. I love their kits. I think they are stunning, and there's a lot of really pretty original embellishments in there, kind of exclusive things, and I just think they're gorgeous, and I don't think they're too much. I've seen a couple kit clubs that I just thought it was just too much. Like, that's just too much. I can't get through all that in a month. I would have so much left over, which isn't a bad thing necessarily, but I think I would probably get a little overwhelmed if I had too much product to work with. And that's why I like Hip Kit, because I think it's just like the perfect amount. And I only get them in kits. I don't get any extras. If I do get extras, like a embellishment add-on, sometimes it's the perfect amount. Sometimes it is a little bit too much. So I don't know. You never know. But Felicity Jane is another one that I would subscribe to if I had the money for it. And I wish I did. But I love their kits. I think they're beautiful. Number 6, former kits that I have subscribed to that I no longer subscribe to. One of them is Studio Calico. The reason I stopped subscribing to them, I actually subscribed to them for almost 3 years, but I stopped because I noticed over time the amount of product that came in the kit was getting less and less, but the prices were not getting less. So I was paying the same amount, what I felt for less products. And sometimes even in the kits, they would not have any alphabets. And I'm like, how am I supposed to make a title out of, like, it wasn't personally a problem for me because I have an entire thing of thickers, but at the same time, if someone only got these kits, they would have a problem. So I don't know. I was finding myself less and less impressed. So yeah, I don't know. That's why I ended up stopping my subscription, because I just felt like I was paying all this money but not getting a ton in return. I also used to subscribe to the Allie Edwards Story Stamp Kit, not the story kits, but the stamp one, and so it was just stamps only. And I decided to stop that subscription because of money, honestly. And I liked the stamps, but I don't stamp a ton. They were causing me to stamp a little bit more than I normally would, but I have a whole bunch of sets that I have not even touched. So I kind of figured it was time to let that one go as well, at least for now. I don't know if I'll renew it or not, to be honest with you. But I also really liked the online content that you got with those classes. You got a lot of videos online, and those were great. But yeah, just money-wise, it kind of started to not be quite as worth it for me, just because I wasn't really using the stamps that much. Okay, number 7, favorite color to use, blue. Different shades of blue. Turquoise, aqua, that's my favorite color, so I tend to really lean towards that. And anytime I see papers or embellishments in that color, I get super excited. So that's probably my favorite color. Second favorite color is probably pink. So, okay, number 8, I have lots of ongoing albums. So I have albums that some of them are full and complete and I'm done with them. But most of my albums are just ongoing because I'm still adding layouts to them. So for example, I'm going to read here. Kaylin and Layla both have their own albums that are just ongoing. I'm just, if I do a layout that's solely about Kaylin, it goes in her albums. If I do one solely about Layla, it's in hers. Any of them that's both of them, it goes into our family album, which is also ongoing. It's just kind of whatever I decide to document. I have an Air Force album for my husband, which is ongoing. I have older Disney layouts I'm going to be doing that I'm currently working on, and those are going to be in an album that will have an end to it because eventually I'm going to run out of stuff to document about those trips because they're older. I have one of our travels of places that we have gone. I'm still working on that. I have a Phi Sig album, which is my sorority that I was in college, which actually I just got an email recently that our chapter is disbanding from the college, and that's kind of sad. But I do have an album that I'm working on for that. That will have an ending as well. I have all the pages planned out. I just have to continue working on them. I have a Georgia Bulldogs album, and that's just kind of ongoing as well. Whenever I feel like, making a page, I do, because we take a lot of pictures in our Georgia stuff. My girls' school albums, a Foodies album that I'm still working on it, and I'll continue adding to it as well. I have an album that I'm working on when my husband and I were dating that will have an ending as well. I don't have too many more to do for that one, actually, so I'm gonna hopefully try to finish that up sometime this year. Maybe even by the summer or over the summer, maybe that can be my big project, just kind of get that one completed because it does have an ending to it. I'm going back and doing a bunch of pictures I pulled from when we were dating, and I'm adding it into the front of kind of our engagement album, so it's kind of dating and engagement. So that will have an ending point as well. My girls dance, they both dance, so I have a dance album that's ongoing, and I do pages for each dance routine that they do in their recitals. And then I have an album that I have not worked on for a while, but I need to get back to it soon. I'm thinking I might work on that when I go to the Victoria Marie scrapbook retreat in October, and it's called Back in the Day, and it's just a lot of pictures from my childhood. I kind of went through and picked some of my favorites, some that stood out to me that have really big memories, especially with my grandparents and my family. And I started this album quite a while ago. I think maybe 2 years ago I started it, and I just haven't touched it since. So I have maybe 4 or 5 layouts done, but I want to continue it. So I'm thinking that might be the big project that I take with me on that weekend retreat in October. So more about that in a little bit. Number 9, I have so many mini album ideas. I love making mini albums. I love that there is a start and an end, and it comes together really quickly, and it's just one subject, and I don't know, I love them so much. It forces me to really get creative with my supplies because I don't have such a big canvas to work on. I have smaller canvases to work on. Some of the ideas I have is to do an album about pets that I've had growing up and that I currently have as well. I want to do an album about my favorite books because, as you guys know, I'm a big reader, and I just think that'd be fun to have an album kind of documenting the books that I read and that I enjoy. I have an album that I want to make about our first trip to Albuquerque that we took last year. I have a ton of pictures already ready to go for that. I just have to actually put the album together. That included a Breaking Bad tour, which was awesome. And yeah, those are kind of the 3 off the top of my head, but those are some things that I need to work on and want to work on, and they're brewing in my head. I'm taking notes, but I need to actually like start them. Okay, number 10, I do a December daily album each year. So I didn't do December daily for a while, and then I did one, and then I stopped, and then I did another one, and then I stopped. I was kind of like, I don't know. But then I decided one year, I said, I'm going to give this one more year, see if I really like it, because I think the first 2 years was a little daunting for me, and I tried to do too much with it. And so I decided to take a couple years off, and then I did one in 2012, I believe. I said, okay, I'm going to give this one more shot, see if it's something I love. If it's too daunting and I'm just not enjoying it, then I'm just going to say forget it to this project. But then I did it, and I absolutely loved it. I loved it so much, and so I've done it every year since now, and I'm really, really happy I did. Even last year, I did a 4x4 album. It wasn't huge. It wasn't, I think I completed it in 2 sittings, honestly, and I really enjoy it. So I that's something that I look forward to every year, and I'm going to continue it every year as well. Okay, what number am I on? Number 11. Hi. Layla's here. Layla's going to join me for a second. Okay, number 11. I keep battling with myself about redoing my wedding album. And my wedding album was one of the first albums I ever did when I started scrapbooking back in 2003. I think I did it in 2004, actually. And I like it, but I don't love it. And it's because it was one of my first ones. I was still getting into it. I didn't know all these techniques. I didn't know all this stuff. I didn't know some of the products that are out now were not out back then. So I'm still debating whether or not to go back and redo my album. And I think about it so much, but then I always tell myself no. And my husband actually made a good point to me one time. He said, Sarah, obviously your style has changed. He asked me, he said, obviously your style has changed in the past 10 years, but in another 10 years, your style is probably going to change a little bit more too. So are you going to just redo your albums every 10 years? And I was like, no, that's ridiculous. So that made me say, okay, no, I'm not going to redo it. But I still keep thinking about it, guys. And I think it's because it's such a special album. It's one of the most important days of my life. And I think I just want it to be documented a little bit more beautifully. I don't know. Not like it's not beautiful. The pictures are beautiful, and that's the most important part. But I think I could just make it so much more than it is. So I still think about it, and I still think about redoing it. So I don't know. Give me your opinions though, guys, because I keep saying no, but then I still think about it. Like I can't get it out of my head. So I don't know if that's just a sign that I should just do it. But Yeah, I don't know. Like, I wouldn't go through and redo all of my albums, absolutely not. But that one is just so special to me. So I'm still thinking about it. It's ridiculous. I know it's ridiculous. Don't tell me in the comments. I already know. But let me know what you guys think, or if you guys were in that situation, what you would do. Okay, moving on. Oh, I'm only halfway done. Okay, number 12. Favorite classes to take online are sketch classes. I love taking sketch classes. I don't know why. I think it's because you get so much content, because normally you get the sketch and then you get a layout and maybe a couple other people's takes on the layouts as well. Sometimes the content creator will have different takes you can do on the sketches, you know, different ways you can use it, or if you flip it this way, this is what it would look like. So I don't know, those are my favorites. Kelly Perky's sketchbook classes are my favorites. I absolutely love them. They've been my favorites every time, and every time she does one, I'm all over it. Okay, number 13. I've been scrapbooking about books a lot lately. A lot. Lots of books. Because I'm a big reader, that's such a big part of my life, especially in the past 2 years. I've just been really reading, and just loving every single second of it. So I've been scrapbooking about that a lot lately, and I have another one coming up here soon for you, another layout about books. Okay, number 14. I have been loving Nicole Jones 911 is what her YouTube name is. I have been loving her Calvin Ball videos that she's been doing. She's been doing prep videos where she shows how she's putting page kits together. She's doing 100 of them, which is like goals, right? um, so she's putting them all together, showing you how she's putting the pages together, showing you why she's choosing color schemes or what's going with what and why. And I love that. And then she's actually doing the pages as well. Some of them are real time and she talks you through it too. And then some of them are sped up like we normally do. But I've just been loving them. And it's funny because at first when she was doing her prep ones, they were so long. There was like an hour. I was like, oh my gosh, Nicole, you're killing me. But I loved them. I really did. So I look forward to them now. Even the real time ones where she's like talking through the whole thing. I just love it. Hi. Eating Easter candy, huh? Yeah. And I'm actually considering doing that when I go on the Victoria Mary Scrapbook Retreat in October. I'm going to be putting page kits together, so that way when I get there, it's easy for me. I'm not going through a ton of stuff. I'm thinking about doing like prep videos like that. They won't be as extensive or as many as Nicole is doing, but I'm thinking about doing that. You know, maybe having one video for paper and one video for embellishments and stuff like that. Okay, thank you. So that's what I'm thinking in my head. But yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Okay, I still have 11 untouched Studio Calico kits sitting in my room. 11. That's a lot. I need to get through them because I still have them. They're chilling. I need to get through those. I have number 16. I have Video Envy of Jen Scow. If you guys have not seen Jen Scow's channel, please go. It's Scow, SCHOW. They're beautiful. I think her videos are so what's the word I'm looking for? They're beautiful, but they are also, the content in them is so wonderful. She articulates everything so beautifully. And sometimes I sit here and I'm like, blah, blah, blah. Like I can't figure out what I want to say. But everything she says like has a purpose, and everything she says is really smart. And then she gives you different types of scenarios and different ways you can use products, and it's just, I don't know, every video of hers I'm just like, oh, I wish, why not me, right? Okay, number 17, the product I have the most of besides paper, because I think paper is probably the most of what everyone has, especially with those paper pads. Besides paper, the product that I own the most of is thickers. And number 18, I currently have over 100 packages of thickers. Over 100. Some of them are multiples because if I see a font and a color that I like, I buy like at least 2 packages so that they last me for longer. Some of them they're thickers, but they're like chipboard almost, and they're designs. They're not necessarily the alphabets. But yeah, I have a lot of thickers. Woo! All right, number 19, almost done. Companies I miss. So these are companies that have gone out of business and I miss them. One is Sassafras. I love Sassafras. They had these really great alphabet stickers that I just loved. I still use them because I kind of hoarded them a little bit when they went out. And this company is still around right now, but I think towards the end of either this month or next month, they're not going to be around anymore, and that's Basic Gray. And I'm really sad about that because they make some really, really great products, and their lines are gorgeous. And yeah, so there's not going to be any more Basic Gray, and I'm really upset about that. I will miss them when they're done. Number 20, I love my Get to Work book, which is a kind of a creative planner from Elise Kripe. You can go to gettoworkbook.com if you want to check them out, but it's awesome. I keep all of my notes in there. I keep my YouTube schedules in there, both my booktube and my scrapbooking channel, and it helps me keep everything organized. I'm able to really plan out my time that I have to sit down and scrap or sit down and make a booktube video, and I know what I'm going to be filming that day, or I know what I'm going to be working on that day. I'm getting all my design team stuff done ahead of time, which is sometimes I scramble to get my design team stuff done, but yeah, so that thing has been amazing in helping me plan and keep my thoughts all together. Okay. Number 21, I try to be consistent with uploading. March has been a big epic fail for me because we've all been sick. Everyone in my house has been sick at one time or another during the month of March. But I'm trying to be more consistent about uploading, you know, especially having like Friday and Saturday videos already set. There's a series and I know what's going to be going up those days, and then throughout the week as well. Number 22, speaking of videos, I wrote down all the steps for making videos, and I don't know why I wanted to do this, but I think sometimes people who do not make videos don't understand how much time and effort it takes to actually make one video. It takes a long time just to do one, and I'm into a habit of it now to where I kind of chunk things into groups where I do, like, you know, I'll film 3 videos and then I'll kind of do everything I need to do in groups of 3. Stop, please. And not now. Okay, so here's the steps to making one video. I have to film it. So I actually have to make the layout and film it. I have to upload it to iMovie. I have to edit it, which means I have to take out anything that is kind of long, or if I stepped away from my desk for a second, I take that part out. So I have to really go through and take things out. I have to speed it up so that you're not watching me for an hour. I have to mute it so that you don't hear all the background noise that's going on. I have to take pictures of my layouts that I make so that I can add them into the video. I have to edit those, which means I have to resize them, I have to crop them, I have to upload them. I have to, okay, so I'm at 10 steps right now. I have to add the intro with the music and the title and all that good stuff. I have to voice it over, so I have to watch the video back and record my voice and tell you everything that's going on, so everything I'm saying is the voiceover. I have to schedule it and then upload it to YouTube. So that's 14 steps for one video. That's insane. And I think that's why some people don't upload quite as often, because it takes that much. Since I make so many videos at a time, I really have a routine down. And like I said, I do it in chunks. Like this morning, I voiced over 5 videos. So I kind of just got that. I had a chunk of time to sit down. I sat down and just kind of got all that done. And now I have to, you know, upload and schedule it. But yeah, so it takes a long time to actually get any of the videos done. Okay, almost done. 23. I briefly thought of learning how to knit and crochet, but I didn't. My sister crochets. My mom crochets as well. My mom is an amazing crocheter. She actually just sent Kaylin a blanket for her birthday that she made, and it looks like something you would buy in a store. It was insane. But I don't know. I think I just decided I would rather spend my time reading or scrapbooking. So I was like, I don't need another hobby. I'm good. I do some cross stitching. I used to do that a lot a long time ago, and I kind of got away from it. Every so often, though, I bring it out. I actually might do one for my parents for Christmas this year, but yeah, so cross stitching I dabble in a little bit here and there. It's not consistent, but sometimes I get a wild hair and want to do one. Okay, number 24, my ultimate scrap crush, the one person who makes scrapbooking stuff that I just I love her so much and I wish I could scrapbook like her, is Kelly Perky. She is just amazing. Her stuff is so creative and the way she uses products is just like, ugh, duh. And she's fearless. And yeah, I don't know. Her stuff is actually pretty simple, but it just makes so much sense. I was very lucky enough to be able to take a class from her and Amy Tan in San Diego a couple of years ago, so I got to meet them, and they are both just the sweetest people I've probably ever met. They are so sweet and nice, and it was awesome. It was a great experience. I'll never forget it. But yeah, Kelly Perky, she's my jam. Okay, and number 25, last one. I'm going to tell you some of the crafty YouTubers that I personally enjoy watching. Like when they upload, I get excited, and I'm like one of the first ones watching. Nicole Jones 911 is probably my number one favorite. Victoria Marie, Oh Snap Gonzo, her name is Sandra. Jen Scow, Banning Lane, and Kelly Barron. Those are kind of my top ones. Like when I get on YouTube and I'm ready to watch some videos, those are the ones that I kind of look for first. And then I go watch other people who have uploaded. But those are kind of like my top, was that 5, 6 people that as soon as they upload, I'm like one of the first ones fangirling over here. Okay, so that's the tag, guys. I probably rambled on a lot more longer than I should have. I'm sorry about that. But I'm going to tag some people. I think I'm going to tag some people. Maybe I'll just tag 3 people if I can. So who watches this? Nicole Jones, I'm going to tag you. Victoria Marie, I'm going to tag you. I think you've already been tagged, but I'm tagging you again, so you have to do it now. And who else should I tag? I'm going to tag Christy Harriman. Christy and I just did a Victoria Marie challenge together over on the Victoria Marie Facebook group. So Christy, I'm going to tag you too. So if you guys want to do this video, please do. And if you do, let me know so I can watch it. I'll watch it. I subscribe to all you guys. So yeah. So 25 crafty things about me. That was it. If you guys have any questions, let me know below. If you want me to answer any other questions, like anything I didn't mention you're curious about, leave me a comment and I will answer them down there as well. Okay, I hope you guys have a great day. I hope everyone had a wonderful Easter, and I will be back again soon. Hope you guys have a great day. Bye.